interesting matchup while we have Paklesa against Magnus.
You already see the GMs playing in the third round. It's getting very interesting. Navara.
This is a strong round 3 matchup, though.
Yeah, Navara is. I don't think he's like known for being one of those like regular Title Tuesday players, but I've definitely seen him have some good Blitz results before, so he should not be underestimated.
The strongest David in the world, David Navara.
Don't even go there, Mr. David Howell.
And okay, we get an opening. It is the Bogo Indian, and that means that here Hikaru, he's willingly doubled a couple of pawns. He's got doubled B pawns. He controls some squares though, especially with this one. Takes some space, and it means it's going to be a long strategic game. So interesting. Nothing too sharp. No King's Indian. No big attacks. Hikaru looks like he's in the zone right now. And
that pawn on b4 looks very weird, and it's also doubled. But the point is that it stops the white knight from developing to c3. And it's kind of annoying because it takes many squares, so that's why white plays the move a3 to try to trade it off.
And here we go. The white knight is going to come round and try and put more pressure on this pawn in the near future. Navara, though, keeping it very tight, very solid at the back here.
I like how this has gone for black. Like you can play bishop f5 here or bishop g4. It looks like black has equalized from the opening and has good squares for his pieces. I think Hikaru is pretty happy.
But at the same time, Navara managed to speed up because it's always dangerous. Even though it's so early in the game, when you fall behind 25, 30 seconds, you have to speed up. Otherwise, you're gone at the end part of the game.
Exactly, especially against Magnus, especially against Hikaru and some of the other kind of speed specialists. You have to keep time in the bank. And we see an interesting dance between the bishops. Is that tempting fate? Is that asking Hikaru to repeat, and to go for a draw? Navara is calling Hikaru's bluff. Hikaru can do it one more time, move away, and then decide what to do next, or he might defend the bishop. There we go. He does move back and says, no draw for you. I think in classical he might have been tempted, but in Title Tuesday you have to win as many games as possible, even against super strong grandmasters like Navara.
Yeah, the bishop on f5 there, stopping the white knight from potentially going to d3. And now he decides to put the pawn on e4 finally. And this pawn push h5 is very like typical in these positions. You're trying to go for some h4, h3 and create play on the king side. I still like black's position because it's not easy for white to find ideas, while black is just simply pushing that pawn.
Just a little bit of a warning. We're going to pull up Hikaru, see what he has to say, but he was slightly delayed on the sound. Oh, it does seem we have a little bit of problems getting Hikaru right now.
We'll get him at some point, but there's a threat in the meantime. Knight takes pawn due to a pin along the A file. So I'm expecting the black rook to move. But
yeah, where would you go with that, Dirk? Maybe to c8?
It's the first move that comes to mind. Navara might then just step his queen up and try to put some pressure on this pawn, this doubled isolated pawn. Hikaru doesn't look too happy. He's 20 seconds down. Navara's doing a great job. The nicest guy in chess, they call him. But on the board, he's anything but nice. He's a killer. And here we go. Okay, temporary pawn sacrifice from Hikaru. He's asking for a capture here, and he's going to argue that he might win that pawn back in the near future.
Yeah, if you take that pawn, I think his idea is that he wants to play a rook c8 and claim that the c file has opened up. That's why Navara decides to keep the c file close, puts the pawn on c5, and we have this mysterious move, rook to b8. I think at this point he just really wanted to move away from that A file where knight takes b4 was threatening.
Which one of you guys saw Zoolander, by the way? You remember the blue steel look?
Yeah, he's doing it.
Right in the freeze as well.
He doesn't turn to the right. Oh, there we go. It's back. And yeah, he's pouting, posing. He knows he's got an imposing position. But okay, b6 might be missed.
Yeah, it seemed like a miss based on Navara's body language. He seemed surprised after b6. Suddenly we see the rook on b8 doing a fantastic job. Yeah, that pawn could not be taken because the queen was undefended. Now Hikaru decides to play h3, which is also very typical in these positions because in some endgames the pawn on h3 can actually be very annoying. Like the white king can be in a mating cage. Now Hikaru can maybe trade queens and take the pawn on b2.
Yeah, he's calculating, can he get away with this? White's idea is that there are some positions where he can take the knight, but for now the white knight was also under attack, and Navara's blundered apparently, brings his knight forward. He's trying to give up that knight for his own knight here.
The bishop gets trapped.
Oh, the bishop gets trapped. How to catch that bishop? Is he going to take this knight, allow a rook to capture this one, maybe move his king up first?
Yeah,
That's not
that easy. Not that easy, because then the rook could sacrifice on the bishop and get that bishop out. So Hikaru has to be precise here. He could also consider maybe to just move his knight up to g4. Like he doesn't have to take the knight on f3. Yeah. But the reason the bar is on black side here is the bishop on h1 is basically trapped and not really getting out. Goes bishop d3. I didn't think this one was that clear, because white can sacrifice the exchange and take the pawn on f3.
Otherwise, white might get checkmated on the back rank if this rook moves away from attack. Wherever it shifts, black's other rook might come in, and there's going to be an invasion. These two pawns, they keep the white king totally locked. Like you said, a mating net. And this is really, really awkward for Navara, who might be forced to gamble. But taking here, there's still some back rank checkmate problems. The other rook is going to come and cause some nasty, nasty threats. This is totally winning now for Hikaru Nakamura. And there we go, checkmate is threatened. Hard to escape that one.
And while we are following this game, just wanted to let you know that Magnus is doing quite well against the Pole Pakleza right now. He's in a winning position as well with white pieces, has twice the amount of time.
And yeah, all the time in the world will not save Navara in this game. He's been forced to throw away his bishop just to get his king out. And now a full rook down. White's pawn is kept under lock and key. There we go. It's about to drop next move. We might see a result. There we go. Hikaru takes the win in round 3. Very impressive game there to win as black. He took a chance when it was given to him.
Well,
I'm going to have to draw probably if I put the rook on d2.
Well, we got the sound from Hikaru now, but he takes the win here. Magnus is also